Hey, what's up, guys? It is Reed. I am 27, just an average dude. I've made tons of money mistakes in my 20s, and now I want to share everything I've learned to help you take control of your finances and your life. So today we are talking about something that literally changed my entire life. How to stay motivated and disciplined in your 20s so you can set yourself up for the rest of your life. Look, if you can master this, life is truly on easy mode, but I am going to be real with you right from the start. It is difficult, and I also want to say this is very personal. What works for me might not work for you and vice versa. But I genuinely believe the principles I am about to share can help absolutely everyone. A little background on me so you understand where I am coming from. I failed school miserably, like consistently D student on the surface. I looked like a lazy guy who just didn't care. But deep down, I knew I was wired different. I just hadn't found the right things to work on yet. And I had to rewire my brain to actually want to do boring stuff that took years. I am not going to pretend I woke up one day and everything changed. It was slow and painful and I fell off so many times. But I have now been doing this consistently for the past few years and my life looks completely different. Paid off all my debt, built an emergency fund, got my investments rolling, and my career is on track. None of that happened because I got lucky. It happened because I figured out how to make myself do the things I didn't want to do. So I am going to share 4 key principles with you today. 4 things that are easy to digest and you can literally start applying right after this video. No complicated systems, no expensive courses, just real stuff that worked for me and thousands of other people I have talked to. Number 1 is the chip on your shoulder. And I want to be upfront, this is kind of like a quick hit. Think of it almost like a drug. I wouldn't recommend using it long term. Honestly, I don't use it that often anymore because it is not the healthiest coping mechanism. But it does work like a damn charm. I still go back to it sometimes when I am really struggling. Here's what you do. I want you to think of a time where someone legitimately doubted you. Maybe they said it to your face. Maybe they said it behind your back. Maybe it was a friend or a family member. None of that matters. Just imagine that moment. Close your eyes if you need to. Put yourself back in those shoes. Feel that feeling again. You should be getting pissed off just thinking about it. And that is a good thing. That is exactly what we are trying to do. I need you to spark that fire. Let me tell you a quick story for me. The person who doubted me the most was my dad. Believe it or not, we are on incredible terms now and have been for a very long time. But growing up in my teens, it was bad. Like really bad. He took me to a psychologist twice because I never followed rules. I never listened to him. I thought I knew everything like typical teenager stuff. I was on my high horse and looking back, he was right about most things. I was right about some things too, especially around internet stuff, but that is a story for another day. The point is, even in recent years when I am struggling to get through work or I am struggling to just get through boring stuff that I don't want to do, but I know is important, I think of those moments from my childhood, and they pick me right back up. They light the fire again. I highly encourage you to try this. I know it is not the healthiest thing in the world. Holding resentment and holding a grudge is not good for you. Long term, trust me, there were moments where I was a genuinely furious kid against him, and I held that grudge for a long time. But everything worked out for a reason, and if you need a quick way to get yourself moving, this is it. Number 2 is think of the end result, not the actual task. This is so simple, but it works like crazy. Think of something as basic as making your bed. It is annoying in the moment. I don't really like doing it either, if I am being honest. But what is the end result? A nice looking room, a tidy space that feels good. Simple stuff. Take the gym, for example. I have used this analogy in a few of my videos before. Do you think I want to walk to the gym in the freezing cold? It is like -5 degrees where I am right now, -20 with wind chill. It is stupid. Hell no, I don't want to do that, and I definitely don't want to rip my muscles up and be in pain the next day. But I know the end result is I feel great. I look great. I feel 10 times more confident. I get compliments all the time. There are so many pros, and here's another thing you should think about. What happens if I don't do this? What happens if I fall off? There are moments, even to this day, where I don't feel like going to the gym, but has there ever been a single moment where I left the gym and thought, man, I shouldn't have gone today? Literally never. I was talking to someone about this a couple weeks back. Every single time I didn't want to go but went anyway. I walked out of there feeling incredible. There has never been a time where you do the thing you have been putting off and regret it. Of course you feel good. That is a win. You should feel good about that. Apply this to investing too. A lot of people look at investing and think, damn, I have to put away 300 grand for my future. That sounds terrible. That sounds like a sacrifice. But reframe it. If you invest $300,000 into a boring SP 500 index fund, that money could very well be worth millions in a few decades. Now staying disciplined with my investing becomes way easier. It is a couple hundred grand now, but it is literally going to be worth a couple million later. So I should just keep this thing going, and then it becomes a double whammy because that momentum carries over into everything else. My entire life runs on momentum. It is like caffeine. I just want more. When I get one task done, I say, well, that wasn't so bad, and I want to do another one, and before you know it, I have knocked out 5 things I was dreading. Now, I should say something important here. All of this becomes much easier with stuff you are passionate about. Obviously, if you can find work that you absolutely love. I honestly consider you winning at life. That is huge. Not everyone gets that opportunity. Not everyone loves their job right away or loves the tasks they have to do. Even myself, my business that I own, I don't 100% love it, but it makes great money for me and it allows me to set up my investments in a really solid way. And I love money, so I have to use some of these principles. Sometimes not everything is rainbows and sunshine. Keep that in mind. Number 3 is incentivize yourself. This is so important. When you get X done, do Y for yourself. For me, it looks like this. When I see 5 sales calls on my calendar and a couple accounting or billing things on my to-do list, I tell myself, okay, if I get these things done, I can hop on my game for a couple hours, or I can go watch a movie or go out for dinner with my girl, whatever it is. Even as an entrepreneur, you have to treat your business like a 9 to 5 sometimes. It is super important to build that structure for yourself, because if you don't, your brain will just rebel and you will end up scrolling on your phone for 3 hours feeling guilty about everything you should have done. This is honestly one of the biggest reasons people fail at staying disciplined. They think they should just be able to do the hard thing without any reward, and maybe some people can. But most of us need that little carrot at the end, and there is nothing wrong with that. We are human. We respond to rewards. Use that to your advantage. Number 4, have a general rough routine. I cannot tell you how much this has helped me as I get older. Especially as I get older, I realize your schedule is only going to get more difficult. Life gets busier, responsibilities pile up. The quicker you get on even a light routine, the better your life is going to become. Because all of this is just rhythm. Rhythm gets you momentum, and momentum is just stacking wins on top of each other. It becomes so much easier. I cannot tell you how much easier it is when you have momentum. It is actually harder to fall off than it is to stay consistent. That is how it is with these videos. That is how it is with the gym. That is how it is with investing. It is simple stuff. Once you get going, it is almost like your brain gets conditioned. You get to a point where you almost feel antsy if you don't do it. Like there is no way I am not going to the gym today. It just becomes part of who you are. And look, I know it is easy to get down on yourself, especially in this day and age. It is easy to get distracted with social media and all the noise. I get it. Trust me, I still struggle with this stuff to this day. I am not sitting here pretending I have it all figured out. But if you just implement a few of these things into your daily life, not weekly, not monthly, keep them consistent, your life will improve tenfold. Trust me, if you want do it for yourself, do it for me. Listen to my voice and tell yourself, all right, if I am not going to do it for myself, then I am going to do it for this guy. He keeps telling me to get my stuff together. Fine, I will do it. And honestly, that is fine. Whatever gets you moving. I genuinely want to see you win. I am in your corner, discipline and motivation. This stuff is not easy. I get it. I am with you. But if you have made it this far, please consider subscribing. It helps us out a ton. And comment down below what helps you stay motivated. I am sure there are a dozen things I didn't list here, and I want to hear them. I will seriously take a look at them and reply where I can. Thank you for your time. Peace.